Hi, in this video we're going to continue the Amplify Fusion API building journey, and we are going to modify the quote integration that's connected to the getQuote method of my finance API, and we're going to move all of this logic, this if statement and the error response and the 200 response. We're going to move that into a service for best practice. So it is best practice in Amplify Fusion for building APIs to put your API implementation that goes in, in your operation into a service. So again, just as a refresher, the first thing we do is check the query parameter, and if it's not provided, we respond with an error message. If it is responded, we convert the symbol to uppercase, and then we call the FinHub API twice, get a response, and then we're done. So we're going to move all that into a service. So first, let's add a service. Okay, we don't have a service, so we'll add it, and we'll call it quote service. And the quote service is going to take in, let's go to the inputs and output, and the quote service is going to take the symbol as an input. And the output is going to be two things. We're going to respond with the response status, that's going to be a 200 or a 500 in this case, and then a response body. And the response body, we're not going to clearly define the schema of the response body because it can either be, if I look at this finance quote, it's either going to be the 200 response, it looks like that, or it's going to be the 500 response where we're going to, really should be a 403, but it's a 500 response where we let the client know that they're missing a query parameter. So with Amplify Fusion, I can define a generic response body like that. And that's done. And let's just go let's implement the error path for starters. So we have an if statement, and we are going to check if the input to our service is not null. Input to our service is right there, symbol, and we'll select is not null. And if it's not null, we'll do it on this path. If it is null, let's do the error path. So come in here, map. And what we want to do is I want to create this error response. So I can copy that JSON sample. And if you remember the parsing JSON, there was an extract feature. So this allows us to create variables using a JSON sample and also do JSON parsing. We're not doing parsing here, but we're just creating the variables. So this is the 500 response. Okay, and the message, I don't remember the exact message we set before, but it's something like, query parameter symbol is required, something like that. All right, let's set that. And in the next step, we'll assign it to the output of our service. All right, so the output of our service, we need a status and a body. So the body is going to be this 500 response. The status is going to be 500. And we're done. In the next video, we'll do the 200 path, but we're done here. I can disable this for now, since we don't need that. If I come to the service, here is the trick that we need to do. So first we need to call that service. We need to pass in the query parameter. And now let's look at the API output. We have a 200 and we have a 500. So we're going to take the status. All right, that will tell the API which one of these to respond with. And then for the body, I'm going to assign it to both 200 and 500. Right now I'm only setting the 500, but anyway, I'm going to need to set the 200 and 500. And then for the response headers for content type, let's set application JSON. Let's copy that and come down here and say content type application JSON. And we should be done. And if I activate my API and then come over here to Postman, this should return 500, and that's what we were returning before in the if statement, but I think I may have changed that. Yeah, so query parameter symbol is required. So in this video, we were able to convert at least a portion of our quote implementation from inside the integration to a service, which is best practice. In the next video, we'll finish the 200 path. Thank you.